Alrighty, so I'm really excited about this. I did work really hard. I'm just getting over the flu. I just got out of the hospital the other day. It's been an insane past week. I'd rather not go through that again. So, what I have done is I have replicated the calculator.net for calories. Um, it was a fairly simple design. I basically based it off of the uh, I guess it was the ideal weight calculator. I just felt like that was a great design to work off of. It was pretty much already in place. A smart coder reuses his own code. So it fell into place really nicely. I'll dive into it right now. The big things I ended up doing that would keep the same relative to this, I'll pull this up right next to it, is I just kept the same kind of layout. I wanted to keep the same feel, but I liked how it would just kind of smush over like that. So I have everything fairly well cornered, and it spreads out pretty nicely to a good degree. Um, the text information comes in here. All in all, it does a fairly decent job. So what I'd like to do is it doesn't actually run on my computer. Well, it builds, and I could build it very quick. It builds on the computer, but it will not run. But it runs on the Android device, and I can show that in a separate video, which I will do right after this. But I'd like to run through the code because I'm fairly proud of the code I wrote for this. Let's see. Okay, so what did I end up doing is there's quite a bit of input variables right here. All the different ones for all the different text boxes, they come in right here. Uh, so what it's going to be doing right away, it's checks for gender, and then just depending on which one's checked in the checkbox, it's going to determine a separate algorithm for it. All the input variables that are entered into the text boxes, they go right here, and with all of them, they need, since they come in as a string, technically, you need to parse them into an integer. So I do a conversion method as well. The calculation I use, I have to get everything, all the feet into inches, because later on I have to calculate the inches into centimeters, so I gotta do another conversion right there. I also did the kilo pounds and the pounds and the kilo. And then it's the body mass reader. So when we're going right into it, here it is for the male calculation, and I got this all worked out. And then same thing for the females. And then the one thing I couldn't really figure out with them is the actual, it's the activity level. So I did it a little differently, and I added in the calorie differential. So if we go back over here, for calories burned, that's just the activity level I used. And I thought that was actually kind of a nice touch. You can customize a little bit more, just you can go any range with that. But I wasn't really sure how they did their calculation for this right here because it didn't give any actual variables or whatnot. And I just thought that was a little unusual. But all in all, it works out fairly well. And my big contribution right there would be the calories too. At the very end, that's what I'm subtracting, and any extra calories or however much exercise the person has gotten within the day, that's where I subtract it right there, and that's exactly what they're doing as well right here. It's just done a little differently. I wish I knew their formula for that, but overall it works fairly nicely. And I guess I'll go ahead and show it to you on the Android.